Balancing Duty and Compassion, a story of immigration enforcement. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a deeply complex issue that fulfills a crucial role in our society: immigration enforcement. But here's a thought-provoking question for you. What if your job meant separating families, but you believed in the importance of your role? Grab your coffee because this is the story of three individuals caught in the intricate web of immigration policy: an ICE agent, a determined immigrant, and a passionate advocate. Let's first meet Agent Maria Rodriguez. Every morning, she wakes up to the familiar sound of her alarm, stepping into her role as an ICE agent. Working within the legal frameworks of U.S. immigration laws, Maria understands the weight of her responsibilities. She is tasked with enforcing policies that some argue protect our national security, while others see them as instruments of division. The emotional landscape she navigates is fraught with moral dilemmas, as she's witnessed families torn apart, each case representing a story, a life, and dreams shattered. Her belief in maintaining order and security is firm. However, it's often met with the harsh realities of her work. The human cost weighs heavily on her conscience. Maria embodies the tension between duty and empathy, a recurring theme in law enforcement. How do you uphold the law while upholding human dignity? Now let's turn our attention to Carlos Hernandez. Carlos is a quintessential example of an immigrant seeking a better life, a life free from the shackles of poverty and violence. Years ago, he crossed the border, leaving his family in Mexico with a promise to provide for them. Day in and day out, he works tirelessly in a local factory, sending remittances back to his wife and children. According to the World Bank, remittances represent 20% of Mexico's GDP, emphasizing the vital role immigrants like Carlos play in sustaining their families and contributing to their home countries. Yet, Carlos lives under the looming specter of deportation, a fear that invades his every moment. His story reflects the harsh realities faced by millions who pursue the American dream, often at great personal risk. Each day, he balances the hope of one day reuniting with his family against the very real possibility of being separated from them forever. Enter Emma Thompson, an unwavering advocate for immigrant rights. While Maria represents the enforcement branch, Emma stands on the front lines, fighting for the very humanity that is often overlooked in legal discussions. Her work includes providing legal aid to undocumented individuals and conducting community outreach to raise awareness about their struggles. Emma's passion is undeniable. She believes that sometimes the greatest act of justice is showing compassion. Her legal clinics empower immigrants like Carlos to navigate the often confusing and intimidating legal systems. Emma champions the story of immigrants, reminding us that behind every statistic is a human being with dreams, fears, and struggles. The workplace raid. One fateful day, Maria received a tip about an upcoming workplace raid at the local factory where Carlos worked. As she led her team through the factory doors, she was prepared to execute her duties, enforcing the law as mandated. Their actions were met with wide-eyed fear and confusion, especially from Carlos, who recognized the potential impact of the raid immediately. As Maria approached him, she saw not just an undocumented worker, but a father and husband pleading for understanding. The desperation in his voice echoed in her conscience. How could she reconcile her role with the human cost at stake? The tension in the air was palpable as decisions were made, irrevocable and immediate. Maria's reflection. Back at her office, Maria couldn't shake the image of Carlos's fearful face from her mind. The weight of her actions pressed upon her soul, compelling her to seek guidance from Emma. How could she balance her duty at ICE with the undeniable thirst for compassion that surged within her? The internal struggle reflected a broader conflict within immigration enforcement itself, a tension between legality and morality. In a transformative meeting, Maria and Emma began a dialogue, one that would challenge their understanding of each other's work. They shared their contrasting experiences and stories of families deeply affected by immigration enforcement. It was from this understanding that a partnership was born, driving toward a more humane approach to immigration enforcement. Together, they organized community outreach programs, educational workshops, and legal clinics. Their efforts breathed new life into the intersection between law enforcement and the immigrant community, fostering mutual understanding and cooperation. Maria discovered that her role could transcend traditional enforcement, allowing her to contribute to a more compassionate immigration system. Carlos, with the diligent support provided by Emma, was able to navigate the legal system successfully. He eventually secured a path to citizenship, culminating in a heartfelt reunion with his family. This journey wasn't just a victory for Carlos. It was a testament to what can happen when empathy meets advocacy. Their stories interweave beautifully. Maria, Carlos, and Emma each represent a facet of the complex immigration landscape, urging us to consider the human cost of policies and the importance of community and collaboration. As we reflect on the intertwined tales of Maria, Carlos, and Emma, let's recognize the complexities of immigration enforcement. It is crucial to embed compassion into our approaches and ideology. Legislation and law enforcement must be complemented by a strong foundation of understanding and kindness. If you found this story compelling and want to engage with more such narratives that explore the intersection of policy and humanity, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's build a community that advocates for understanding, compassion, and positive change. Thank you for watching.